The Houston Rockets are going to be a huge work in progress. I was really excited to see this game because of how great of a defense the Toronto Raptors possess. I guess the saying, "be careful what you wish for," is true because the Rockets got completely hammered. The biggest bright spot in this preseason game was Alperen Şengün. Do not get me wrong, there were some times where he showed that he is a rookie, particularly when he lost the ball in transition, and after some defensive rebounds, he tends to either lose the ball or give it away here and there. Overall, he had 10 points, 5 boards, and 2 assists on 6 for 12 shooting from the field and 4 for 4 from the charity stripe, which is something I really want to see more of. Throughout his career, he will be getting to the free throw line a lot, so him making free throws is very huge. There were times where the difference in athleticism between Precious and Şengün allowed Precious to win some of their battles. However, I think from an overall standpoint, he was playing awesome defense. He was forcing players away from the rim, making them take uncomfortable shots, and playing great hedge defense on the pick and roll. I am a little bit disappointed, however, in how the Rockets and Silas are using Şengün. It seems as though the dribble handoff or the DHO will be his bread and butter in his rookie season, but I really want Silas to put this man in the low post. Not only can he get buckets in the low post, but it also allows him to make those passes that everyone wants to see. Outside of Şengün, Jae'Sean Tate really showed why he should be starting on this roster. Everyone has denoted him as the glue guy, kind of like PJ Tucker, and in the 21 minutes he played, he honestly showed that. He put up 10 points and 4 rebounds while going 5 for 7 from the field. It seemed like when the Raptors were going on that run, he was the only player that was able to do anything. More importantly, when he drove to the rim, he was able to kick it out and start some much needed ball movement. I have not talked about KJ Martin much this offseason and preseason, but through 3 preseason games, I have noticed that he is actually really good in the interior offensive game. His weird hook / push shot, or whatever you want to call it, around the basket is straight money. The last bright spot I go into before I let loose on the areas of improvement or the get your head out of your ass section is Josh Christopher. He has looked very good in these last 3 games. His biggest problem was getting his shot selection and erratic play in control. It seems when he is not the designated point guard like in the Summer League, he kinda calms down. He still puts up some questionable shots, but he more than makes up for it with the rest of his game. His finishing around the rim and playmaking off the dribble drive is really standing out and might make the decision to put him on the roster or send him into the G League more difficult than it was before. That being said, I still think DJ Augustin will be the backup point guard. I'm sure Stone wants to inflate his value as much as possible and then ship him to a contender for any type of asset, and once that is done, it opens up a room for Josh to be a heavy contributor off the bench. Now, to talk about the dark side of the game. First is Jalen Green's turnovers. It is evident that he is still adjusting to the speed of the game, but more importantly, he needs to tighten that handle. There were times when he was late on a read or pass, which either led to the defense recovering or a straight turnover. Then there were times where he had the defense beat, but his handle let him down and he lost the ball. Speaking of loss, the Raptors defense shook our players to their core. The bread and butter of our team is using the pick and roll to generate penetration, then either having easy interior points or kicking it out to 3, and that would either be an easy 3-point shot or it would result in ball movement for the rest of our team. However, the Raptors switch almost every single pick, allowing them to shut down our pick and roll offense. Now with our bread and butter completely out of the picture, it looked like we were just lost, and the youth / inexperience of the Rockets really hurt him here. Honestly, I would rather have this happen now than later, but Silas has some work to do. Usually you have to go to a player, but Christian Wood has been underwhelming this preseason, to say the least. It is not like he isn't putting up stats. He had 10 points and 7 rebounds on 6 for 12 shooting, but his free throws and 3-point shooting have just not shown up yet. On a whole, he just is not standing out as that guy, and it's not been due to a lack of touches, but more of just a lack of presence. It is just frustrating that he can't take Delano Banton to the cup and get an easy 2 points. I'm so optimistic that he can turn it around and live up to the hype that we have created in our heads, but the key is we have to be patient. Thus far, Tice has been solid, but he truly pissed me the fuck off in this game. The shot clock was winding down, and Precious was essentially stuck in the corner near the 3-point line. Instead of giving him a contested 3, which he probably would have missed given his history, he opted to press him, and then he got completely blown by a more athletic player, and as a result, Precious was able to get the and one. Look, it is not surprising that the team has a lot of work to do. We have to be patient with this team because of how young and inexperienced they are throughout our entire roster. Tice, being our most experienced starter, is not really a recipe for success. Losing is frustrating, but just enjoy the moments where our young players make some plays, make some shots, put the league on notice here and there. Let's just take this game by game, because as we all know, the season is a long one. We're gonna have a lot of fun, Rockets fans, and our future is still optimistic.